was Pamela, a streamer that has really taken advantage of the fact that he left his rapping career behind and more so turned it into a hobby. Rod, who's a Philly streamer, who is also one of the streamers that has not collaborated much when it comes to other streamers and has built his own sizable audience. He's the guy that famously streamed inside is it called the Mall of America? It's the one in New Jersey. It's a little bit northern New Jersey, close to New York City. But he recently aired out some information about Offset, who he was supposed to collaborate with for a kids charity, and he got flaked on for, I'm just going to play you guys the clip.
So look, we were supposed to have Offset for Rodman's. Offset was supposed to come to Rodman's, gang. We was doing a toy drive together. I had my half. We was going half and half. They told me, he fluked me basically, and his team told me, nah, he ain't doing it. He going on vacation for his birthday. Gang, the day after that, the Selena Powell went out. The nigga fluked me and got leaked by Selena Powell. I was teed. I never let y'all know because what ifs don't do nothing. But the very next day after he fluked me, after they say no, he can't do it. Because I'm like, yo, like why? Y'all told me we could do it. I had the flyer and everything. Very next day, got leaked Selena Powell.
So this has been months since this has happened. It's at least towards the end of December, because when it was announced by Selena Powell, this was the beginning of January. So she would post a video clip initially of her in bed with Offset. People didn't know if this was AI or not, because a little bit of history between them. When Offset was with Cardi B, Selena Powell, when she was just lying about every rapper, half lies, half truth, because she did a couple with a bunch of them, she tried to say that she was pregnant by Offset. At the same time, I think that Cardi B was pregnant, which is ironic now because Cardi B was pregnant and had a kid the same time with the same man that had kids with 4 other women, which is Stephon Diggs. And she even tried to defend him through that whole situation where he allegedly put some hands on this like person that worked for him. So imagine you're Rod. You're like, damn, bro. Like I thought we were going to do this thing with Offset, this charity for the kids. They would have loved it. And you open your phone and you see this guy in bed with Selena Powell. To hold that back. And that's why people are saying, yo, he came out and said this right now. Well, number one, it's a clipper that decided to post this. And number two, if he wanted to capitalize on the situation and get as much attention to his stream as possible, he would have done it while this was all going on. He did this clearly with his community. And this is, I guess, one of the cons of clipping now is that a streamer is almost always talking to the entirety of the internet when they feel like they're just talking to their stream, or potentially talking to the entirety of the internet, depending on how juicy it is what they said was. And I really like this because this guy, this is the second time he went after a rapper. We're going to go into a little bit more detail on the situation with Offset first, because not only did he just go and like crack Selena Powell, which you could say like, okay, dog, you're ditching a kids charity to fly to Miami and crack Selena Powell. But not only that, this guy was gambling and losing on top of that. So I did a whole video on Offset's gambling addiction, but I'm going to play you guys some clips right now that Selena Powell was reporting about the situation. And this was all happening in December 2025. So she reached out to him and saw that he followed her. So I'm going to play you guys that clip first.
So randomly, he found me on Finsta. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I had to do a little 1-2 to like dig. But anyway, Finsta. And I was like, oh, you're not going to like who this is, but I come in peace. I'm so sorry for our past, you know, because 5 years ago, for the people who don't know, I faked a pregnancy with Cardi B. And
you faked a pregnancy with Offset.
In the whole with Cardi B.
So keep in mind, Offset is ditching a kids charity to link up with a woman that nearly ruined his marriage initially. Like, the marriage is over right now. And then she talks about him messaging her at 4 a.m. one night. So it looks like Selena Powell is the one that reached out to him first after a while. And then I'm going to play you guys this clip of her reaching out at 4 a.m.
So it was 4 o'clock in the morning. I woke up to him Instagram calling me. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what's up? And I thought he was just like horny. So I was like, okay. But like, I can't fuck you. I'm on my flow. So it's like, what are we talking about? He was like, yo, I need a favor. This is a
let's
test.
not skip over that. He told her he still needed that. He still needed that.
Yeah. Oh. So he was like, I need a favor and this is a test. I was like, okay, what? He was like, how much money can you get or are you by? And I was like, I mean, like I sent him the video, like all that money that I have in my safe.
You're rich.
And he immediately called me. He called me back and then he was like, bring all of it.
So what happened was some bread got involved. Yes, that is right. He was asking her for some money. So I'm going to play you guys that clip right now where the co-host asked the question that was on everyone's mind.
Wait, but let's talk about, though, how much money did you give him?
So I thought I only gave him like 10 or 11. When we were arguing, kind of, he was like, bro, you think I'm going to stall you on like 15,000? I was like,
No, he was going to get the money back. There's no way. There's no way that you would do that. Why would you do that? You wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
you wouldn't come in and ask me to bring you $15,000 and not pay back.
And then Selena was saying that, he said he was going to pay her tomorrow. And then the only option left was for her to expose him to try to get her paper back.
He said the bank was open tomorrow.
Oh.
Tomorrow came. It's 8 a.m. He's on my phone. Bring me more. I was like, oh. He was like, do you love me? I said, yes. I swear to God. Mind you, when we talk though, it's gonna have, I want the screenshots. So add in the screenshot. I said, yes. He said, bet. Bring me that money. I said, oh, okay. But I said, can I wait like an hour, babe? I'm tired. He was like, he said something, but I honestly just closed my phone and went to sleep.
So a whole ridiculous back and forth ensues between them, which I'm going to spare you the details. But he would eventually break down why he wasn't able to pay her back the $15,000 despite spending money on Birkins on some other chick on Christmas Day that he probably would have enjoyed being seen in public with more. I think it's one of the more like prettier and cleaner cut girls that Offset is with. One of those kind of, what's the type of the girl? Lori Harvey type that doesn't say anything, which is actually really good for rappers because they know she's not going to air them out. Rappers have said more about Lori Harvey than Lori Harvey has said about them. So he breaks down why he can't pay her back, and a lot of it has to do with his deal.
That he had only $13 million in his bank account. And
so where the fuck is my 15?
He had, no. It gets worse. He said that he had $13 million in his bank account, but P from whatever label was like,
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or whatever.
Yeah, with his,
QP4C,
I don't know. Whatever, who the f- QP is. He was like, keeping him in the deal and like basically like robbing him for like a lot of his money.
Well,
so,
you knew that when he signed.
Yeah, so to get out of his deal, he was like, I tried his ego. I was like, if you got all this money and you so rich, why the f you want me for? And so he was like, okay, bet, like give me $10 million. Give me $10 million and you're out of this deal. So he paid the $10 million. Mm-hmm. Then Cardi hit him with the divorce, and then
that he has to put her on child support for.
And and then he has $2 million owed in taxes, and that the IRS has been like trying to get his, and that he's about to file for bankruptcy.
So you have nothing.
So that's what that's basically what he's saying. Like, and that he's been trying to gamble to like get all this money back, but he keeps losing.
So after all this, we find out what the hell is going on with Offset, and the fact that he ditched kids charity. Like, you just had to do an appearance. This would have been such a good look for Offset, considering he was coming off of the back of Cardi B, kind of trying to drag him through the mud, saying he doesn't take care of his kids. She's spending all the money on them. He was cracking some chick. This is also like another piece of grimy behavior, is that Cardi B was saying that he was cracking a chick at the Atlanta house that Cardi B bought, or she bought the jersey, some situation about the house. He was smashed some other chicks while they were married. So while Cardi B was getting all this hate, she's like, I'm not going to take that. So Rod set this off, and I just got to show some respect. I got to salute this guy because, if rappers are playing you like this, screw them, because I'm tired of these rappers just being disrespectful, acting like the world revolves around them, largely because they're treated like it revolves around them once they're first blowing up. But Rod did the same thing with the Philly rapper, which is even grimier because That's your own city. So we're going to revisit that real quick. And this all started of him getting robbed, essentially, for a feature. So he wanted to get a feature from OT7 Kwani. They were going to do a collab stream. OT7 Kwani's a big Philly rapper. I don't know if he still has issues with Meek Mill, but he was like the hottest. I think he might still be the hottest rapper in Philly right now, OT7 Kwani. That's not Meek Mill, like new rapper within the past 7 to 8 years. So I'm going to play you guys this first clip where he tells Kwani, oh, nah, you know, he's not rich. He's got paper.
I'm thinking rich. That's where he dicked me. If I knew, like, nah, you ain't there got, you feel me? And at the carry money, and I'm like, oh, all right, he got 100K right here. He ain't going. Quilly dollars. He got his own currency. Must be. He must be flexing the same stack of cheese. He just recount it and hold it. Gotta be. Because why are you scamming me? I've never claimed to be rich. I've never claimed to be up all this cheese. None of that. I'm not rich. I told the same. I'm going to show y'all the rest of the messages. I'm not rich. I'm like, nah, pay me. I'm not rich. What you popped? I said, yeah. No, send my cheese. But I'm going to show y'all. But Pete, though, he shook my hand. You got my word. I'm going to make sure this happen. I say, all right, cool. The next day, we in the stew. Right? No, it's cool, Ty. I'm about to make this shit back. Right? So I'm like, yo, broski. Look, no, I do got to learn from my mistake. Everybody, even if I fuck with them, because when you fuck with people, you don't expect them to do you. I'm like, yeah, all right, I fuck with you, bro. You feel me? I ain't there got, So look. You feel me? Yes, bro, it's gone. Tier 3 liar, definitely. We get to the stew, right? We at the stew, not doing nothing. I'm like, yo, let's knock that shit out. He say, bet. I go to his producer. I'm bumping some beats. I'm like, oh, I fuck with this beat. Let's get it. I'm this beat. I'm like, damn. Oh, yeah. I'm like, yo, Kwani, I just picked out some beats. Let's get this shit right. He looked me in my eyes. He said, get what right? I'm like, nigga, the intro, John. His manager pulled me to the side and say, yo, if you want to do a song, that's a whole separate fee. We thought you was trying to. I said, bro, this song is not getting dropped. This is an intro song. This is a song that we're going to put as the intro. What are we talking about? If you want to do that, that's cool. Just talk to him, see if he feel like doing it. But if it's a song, and you want to drop it, maybe an extra band. So now he got me thinking. I'm thinking about, mind you, I do good business. I will pay for my. I'm like, damn, now for an extra band to get the Kwani record. So that's why when I was telling y'all, I'm like, yeah, Kwani on that extra band ain't nothing. Okay, let's turn the intro song into an actual song for the EP. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. I said, cool. I said, all right, after, I'm thinking, when you do the stream, we gonna end the stream. I give you your cheese when we knock this shit out. I got the mic right here. So I'm like, when he come to the crib, I said, when we come to the crib, oh, yeah, we gonna lock into that. Say no more.
So they're in the studio. And this is where it gets weird and it gets scammy. Of course, the manager's like, yo, we didn't agree on recording a song. So you have some terms initially. The person doesn't abide by the terms and then tries to gaslight and say, we didn't agree on this. Typical behavior. But Rod, he's like, no, this is for an intro. So he wanted to do an intro for an E-date. So he's like, listen, this isn't a song. It's not going to get cleared. It's not going to go up on Spotify, Apple Music, all that other stuff. Because it is understandable to make a distinction between that, between a, hey, this is a for fun song. Especially, it seemed like at that time, at least, OT7 Kwani was kind of burgeoning into a mainstream artist. And if you're appearing on certain songs that seem like a joke, it may devalue you to other people. So that's understandable. But he says, okay, they offer him a band and say, hey, you play another band, you get a real song. So Rod, about his business, clearly professional, says, okay, we're going to do that. And then during Ramadan, OT7 Kwani claims he's Muslim, Philly Muslim. They have their own reputation. he tells him to his face that he messes with him. So I'm going to play you guys that clip.
He told me in my face, I really love you, little bro. That's why I did this shit. Real rap. I usually charge this. I did this because I love you, bro. You really I love you. I promise you got my word, this, that. I'm Muslim. Come on, during Ramadan too, you slum. God, don't forget that.
And then you get the situation where OT7 Kwani is getting DMs consistently from Rod to either like, yo, can I get my paper back? Like, I don't want to do this song anymore. Or are you going to get this song done? So I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
I said, yo, broski, you back? 2 days passed. Let me know what day we could do the stream, bro. That was a part of the 3500. He didn't say I'm Muslim, you trolling. Bro, he said it's Ramadan. Bro, I'm about to, come on, bro. I'm about to play this. Bro, come on. 2 days later, I said, send me 1,500 back then, broski. I didn't pay that just for a video. He texted me back an hour later. Now, this after I got off stream. I just ended stream at 6 a.m. I said, send me 1,500 back then, broski. I didn't pay for just a video. He said, bro, I'm sending you everything back. Don't drop nothing. You on some weird shit, bro. It's 6 a.m. It's Ramadan. I got a life. You bugging, bro. It's been 2 weeks while he got my money. Now it's Ramadan, bro. I got a life. This, that, and the third. You're not gaslighting me. Do your stream or send me my money back. I don't give a fuck. It's 6 a.m. Shouldn't he be up? Shouldn't be up praying or something? Get the fuck up.
So this eventually ends with Rod just trying to get his money back. So I'm going to run you guys that right now.
Bro, I just got on stream. He said over 3K. I said, and you seen me hit you. He said, you know how much money I get to do? So what? I said, I wake up at 5 p.m., bro. I can be up at 6 a.m. if I want to. I got a family. I got days to relax. Who you think you is, bro? You high? Stop texting me. I said, I know. Let me know next month. Let me know a new date or something. What the He said, I'm giving the money back simple, bro. Never mind. I said, because you ain't hit me. He said, I don't want to talk, bro. I'm going to have Tav hit you. I said, bro, you a weirdo because you ain't hit me. He said, you tripped out, bro. I'm done talking. I said, cool, bro. Make sure I get my money back. I was texting you for 4 days. He said, left you for 4 days? I said, yes, I hit you. He said, what the is you talking about? I said, just let me know the new date. That's it. You tweaking for nothing. He said, bro, I just told you it's Ramadan. I got a family to get to. I said, send my money back. He said, my duty is not your video. As soon as I get back, stop texting me. I said, send my money back. He said, you're getting your money back. Stop texting me, bro. Simple. I said, all right, bro. So I said, all right, bro. He said, go ahead, gang. I said, all right, I'm done, bro. It's cool. He said, I know it's cool. It's 6 a.m. You texting me. What is wrong with you, bro? Leave me alone. Send my money back.
And then what happens after Rod blows up and goes crazy? Well, he tries to come back around. So OT7 Kwani says, yo, what's up with the Rod kid? We showed him mad love. I gave him 1 to 2K worth of Hellstar for free off the strength of you. He tripping. And that's Kwani sending a message about some other guy who I'm guessing is the Hellstar guy or works with Hellstar. And he says, took little bro to Hellstar and blessed him and had him with LeJ for 3 days and offered little bro a place to stay. I ain't even want to. Now, keep in mind, he doesn't say that he didn't pay the guy. He doesn't say that he paid the guy back. And then Rod comes out and he's like, yo, this guy's playing with me. And he shows, and this, keep in mind, this is 10 bands. And this is when Rod was still on the come up. Like, he was still trying to scrape things together. He was on YouTube and things like that. And then at this point, the rapper is trying to claw his way back in once he got all this motion going for him.
Saying all this. I said, I feel you, broski. That's all I said. That's all I said. He's still typing. This all him. This I'm reading it to y'all. This him sending all this. This him. You know, I'm on a whole different level now, right? Paragraph. I ain't never looking for no money for my pocket from you, bro. Just take care of the business expenses. That's it, little bro. Outfit, travel, that type shit. My security, my car, you feel me? Who am I? I said that. What do you, your outfit, your car, your travel? What do you think you are? OC7 Kwani, Ocean City. texted me 2 weeks ago like, yo, I'ma forgive you, bro, and we could do a stream, but you know what you did was wrong. Hey, bro, tell me I got enough motion to make a grown man apologize without telling me. Get your broke ass out of here and drop some music. I put you in my prayers yesterday. Only thing I was dead wrong for was sending you the G's early. That's that jersey in him. He wants, I don't know. Something wrong with that man, dude. I let that on scene. He unsent it. I already screenshot it, dick. Like, stop texting me. That's mid-subathon, too, by the way.
So Rod out here just like exposing the hell out of these rappers, not intentionally, but I like the fact that this guy has a level of self-respect. Another person that has a level of self-respect is Kai Cenat. So if we circle this back to Offset, if you guys recall, Offset does show love. Offset was, I believe, he was the first person to do a 24-hour stream with Kai Cenat. So he pulls up to Kai Cenat's place. They do a 24-hour. They're having fun. They're enjoying themselves. And it seemed like Offset was professional there as well. But what happens? When it comes time for Kai Cenat to listen to the music, to the album, he's like, yo, I'm not really feeling this. And then he gets word that Offset was upset with Kai Cenat for giving his honest opinion on the album, which he wasn't trashing the album. He wasn't saying, man, this is a pack of garbage. He wasn't doing any of that. He was just being honest, which is something that rappers don't want you to do unless it aligns with favorability towards them. So here we got Offset being upset at Kai Cenat, but Kai Cenat stood on it. And that's another streamer who stood on like, listen, I'm going to give my opinion. My duty is to my viewers. My viewers are the ones that are paying me. They're the ones subscribing to me. They're the ones that are watching my ads. It's not your fans. It's not you. And while I appreciate the collaboration, it's a mutual thing. Like you wouldn't be collaborating with me if I had zero motion. In the same way that I wouldn't be having you on if you were a nobody rapper, which actually you could say is the opposite because Kai Cenat had a whole segment for an entire month where he brought on a ton of quote-unquote nobody rappers that stood to gain a lot more from him than he had anything to gain from them when he collaborated with the Gabe show on the Radar. I keep thinking Off the Record, but that's the name of the studio, not On the Radar. And Chris Patrick was one of the people that was like the highlight of that entire month when it came to a freestyle, and that he was able to parlay that into doing very well for himself now. Like obviously he's still not a mainstream artist, but this is a guy that's been rapping for 5+ years, and you know that helped him a lot. So shout out to both Kai Cenat and Rod, and I think we're starting to see streamers have more respect for themselves now and realize like, yo, these rappers are not going to be playing with us, and we're not going to allow it. And frankly, Neon is probably the only one that tolerates it. I don't know why. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Do you think Rod was wrong for talking about this? Keep in mind, you got to look at it from the context of Rod. He is on stream talking to his audience. He didn't tell everybody to post this. He didn't tell everybody to clip it. But, I mean, it is juicy. He could have said, like, yo, there was a rapper that got exposed and tried to be vague about it. But we would have figured out who it was with the detail anyway. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see you on the next one.